It's Monday, April 5th, 2021. It's about 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon and chilly 6 degrees Celsius here in Halifax. So anyway, I'm doing a walk around downtown today and it's kind of cold, but I got my gloves on, I got my hood up over my head, and I got my windscreen over my mic because it's windy out too. I brought my umbrella along. It was raining this morning, but it looks like the rain has stopped now. So anyways, it's a good day to get out for a walk. Every day is a good day to get out for a walk. So I walked a lot today, but I didn't do any videos because it was raining, and I could have done it under my umbrella, but I thought it looks like it might clear off, so let's just wait and see how it goes. So anyways, here we are, south end of Halifax. And I'm going to walk around. I'm not just sure what my destination will be yet, but I'm going to walk around the south end here and then we'll see where else we might go. Okay? Very windy out today. I'm hoping soon that the warm weather is going to hit and we won't be bothered by this cold weather too much longer. I'm hoping. We had a freezing rain here yesterday and we come out and the ice was just thick on the windshield of the car. Took a bit of scraping to get it off, and then later it warmed up enough that it was just rain, and then now it's pretty much stopped all that now. But it was pretty wild there with the ice all over everything. And there was some accidents around the city. And I guess that's what happens when you get freezing rain. But we managed, we went out, we went out in our car, but we got home safely and didn't run off the road, so all was well. Well, today I'm just not sure what I might do today. I want to take us on a little different journey than we do. You can't walk the same streets every day because you get tired looking at them. I am on Barrington Street right now in the south end, but I don't think I'm going to stay on Barrington. There goes a bicycle with a motor on it. Pretty cool, huh? You got some kind of a little engine on that. Well, I'm going to be keeping my hood up today because it's rather windy and chilly. This is the House of Blues right here. And I know one of my viewers asked me, because we were talking about music and things, and I told him I was a guitar player. He asked me if there's anywhere to play blues and jazz. And I told him about the House of Blues. So if he's listening to this, I'll just give him a picture of what House of Blues looks like. All right? So it's in the south end of Halifax on Barrington Street, and that's it right there, the House of Blues. And here's some of the people that's played here. Some Morgan Davis is a famous person who's been here, and Blake Johnson, and there's a picture of Merle Haggard. I don't think he appeared here, but there was a band doing Merle Haggard's music. And you say that's country. Well, it might be country, but it's also, a lot of his songs are blues, and some of them are jazz type songs. So, Burley's House of Blues. There's the sign right there, House of Blues. Okay, so if my friend that asked me about that is watching. You can see what the House of Blues looks like. It's on Barrington Street, between South Street and I'll tell you what this little street is if I see a sign. Not every street in Halifax is easy to find a street sign. So if I see one, I'll let them know what this little street is. All right. It is Morris. This is Morris Street. So if you come to Halifax and want to find House of Blues, just a little bit past Morris Street. If you're going to the south end, coming down Barrington, you can just go to Morris Street, and it's just beyond that on the left side, House of Blues. All right, here we go. Well, we could take a walk up towards the campus, I suppose, couldn't we? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's walk up through here. I got a green walk. I think I'm allowed to walk. See, walk sign. But the cars don't seem to know that sometimes. All right, we're walking up towards the university area, but I don't know if I'm going to go all the way up or I'm going to take another turn. We'll see. And this is part of the campus right here, right side of this building. It's under construction, which is the case of a lot of buildings in Halifax. Yeah, you can see the sign right there, Dalhousie University. So we are indeed a part of the campus. And these are student residences here. There's the grad student residence of Dalhousie University, Morris Street. So we'll continue on up Morris Street. And I know there's a lot of students planning on coming here to go to university and colleges and things. And so maybe this little walk will show you some stuff here. So what I did, I was on Barrington Street down there, and I'm going west on Morris Street. Okay, there's all the signs about university and the parking and stuff. So I'm heading west on Morris Street right now. So we'll walk up through here. Walking is good on a cold, windy day because it keeps you warm. I had to put my gloves on. I always carry some of this stuff in my backpack in case I need it. My hat, my gloves, and I got my umbrella with me. As you can see, but I don't think I'm going to need it now. So, but when it's only April, good to carry your gloves with you because you never know. It could be too cold to hang on to the gimbal for my phone. And if your hands get cold, it's hard to do things. So you carry your gloves. Then when you get cold, you put your gloves on. I stopped in Tim Hortons. I was in there probably for an hour and trying to figure out what I would do today for a video. I knew it was kind of chilly out and windy, but with the wind blowing in my mic, I'm going to try to shield it a little bit and try to get some of the wind off it if I can. So that's my plan. I'm not just sure what we're going to do today, but we're going to walk around up in this area where the university is, and I probably won't be going through all of the university because it's quite a big area. I have covered parts of it. I'm on the back end of the library right now. That odd-shaped building there is the library, and I'm on the back side of it. From the front side is on Spring Garden Road, and the back end, I'm on Moore Street. Only thing between me and the library is a big parking lot. Okay. You want to see what looks like a very old church? I will show you. I'm not sure if it's still operating as a church, but it looks really old. right there. Let's walk over and see if we can get a date when that was built. I'm always interested in old buildings and old churches and this type of thing. And it looks pretty old. Just look at that window there. Eh? It really says it's quite old. So we'll try to get a cornerstone or something here to give us a date when this thing was built. Because it really is old. I don't think it's a church anymore. It looks like they build apartments up there in the top of it now, condos or apartments or something. So, but I would like to get a date on the building, but might not be possible because this would have been the back of the church right here, and now it's all fenced in, probably a parking lot on the other side, and they've turned it into condos. What it looks like: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate condos, and then it looks like each one is 3 stories. Well, that's pretty cool. But it certainly was a church at one time. It's just my Facebook dinging, if you heard that little ding. I have Facebook on there, but I don't care a whole lot about it. But I do use it once in a while. So anyway, that's all we're going to see of that church. It's been completely rebuilt. You can see there's the stairs going up to those apartments, and that's all we're going to see of it. St. George's something, MEW. Anyway, it was a church at one time. As you can see, the brown windows up there and the stained glass, but it hasn't been a church in years by the looks of things. So we'll continue on. Might as well stay right on the side I'm on and walk across here, because they're going to let me walk across the crosswalk. That's good. There's no lights here, so they have to stop for you at the crosswalk. All right, we'll continue on up Morris Street. And here I thought I found an old church. I was going to tell you the date of it, but nope, I guess not. It's just a condo now. Condos there. Look like six condos, but on the other side of the building there was more. So they probably built that right where the probably would have been the parking lot for the church, where they built the rest of the condos. Anyway, these things change over time. Here's a nice place right in the middle of the South End where you can rent apartments. Or rent 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. I don't know what a 4-bedroom would go for here, but I'm sure it wouldn't be very cheap. Well, let's see. There's all kinds of streets I haven't walked on here. And we'll go up another street and then we'll head north. Okay, one more street and then we'll go north. So we're still on Morris yet. 5604 Morris to be exact. The houses here are beautiful. Look at all the different colored houses and things here. And some guy was interested in what I was doing here. He's slowing down to watch me, see what I'm doing. And he was fascinated that I was walking along holding something up here. A lot of people don't know what these gimbals are. They think they're something, a scientific instrument or something. But no, they're just a thing to hold a phone so it won't wobble all over the place when you're doing videos. But a lot of people don't know that. And they look at you like, what's he got there? All right, we'll take a crosswalk right here. All right. So we're still in the South End yet. You can see there's a lot of places to live in the South End, a lot of apartments for rent and condos and small houses, and things. Yeah, it's quite a residential area. And when I'm walking on this street right here, I'm not feeling any wind. I'm right totally out of the wind in here. So much nicer having these buildings all around me. And I love it the way they just paint everything a different color. This is really nice. The yellow, the blues, the grays, the greens, the browns, everything. Every house is just like a little bit different than the others. This one looks like it was done recently, that part of it. They're so well kept, these places. It's amazing. We'll do a little bit of walking around part of the south end, and eventually we'll wind up town. I wanted to get out today because the weather hasn't been very good, and it's been really hard to get out to make a video because the weather just hasn't cooperated. But I was fortunate that I had a couple made ahead of time, and they did me through. My last one that I had made would have got put on today. So I was really lucky there. I got out and got some made when the weather wasn't too bad. And now I had to get back to work because don't have any more stored up there. So I'm just looking at this construction job. This is quite a lot of apartments going up here, or condos. Very large building. And another one right over there you might be interested in. I'll get out of the way of this person coming here, and she's got a little doggy. Another one right there. And just over that way is Spring Garden Road, just past these buildings. And I'll tell you what street I'm on here in a minute. I'm on Dresden Row, which is that way, and I'm on Clyde Street going this way. And I'm right in front of the liquor store. So it's not a place that I care a lot about, but nevertheless, there it is. And there's a big job there. There'll be a lot of people living in that when it's done. It's a great place to live right here because you're right in the middle of everything. You wouldn't even have to drive your car most of the time. If you worked on this side, you worked in this area, and you lived right here, you can walk to the supermarket, you can walk to whatever it is you need to go to. You can walk to just about everything from here. So you don't really need to drive your car, and you could live quite easily down here without a car. I'm sure you wouldn't miss it really that much, living right down here. Unless you're a musician that has to lug a ton of equipment every time you go out to play, then in that case, you need a vehicle. Preferably at least a minivan. But if you don't need it for something like that, or you're not a contractor or something, you need a vehicle, you don't really need one to live down here. Because everything is close, like, it's just so handy. And there's a lot of people live in this little neighborhood right here, and it's about to get a lot denser with all these new buildings going up. And I'll show you the latest construction site. I see it last fall, or almost winter, or late last fall. They bulldozed over about 5 buildings, 5 store buildings, and making room for a big project. And I think I showed it in 1 or 2 of my videos, but It just sat there all winter. They leveled the ground out, and that was about it. And it sat there like that all winter. And now I see this morning there's a couple of backhoes, a backhoe and a hi-ho, I guess we call it. Construction equipment for digging and loading trucks. There's two of them in there. And so it looks like they're getting ready to dig down because there's the construction company's about to move in and start their work. So first thing you got to do is dig the hole to the specifications needed for the contractors. So we'll see what street this is right here. Might still be Dresden Row, it might not be, I'm not sure. We'll see when we get up there what this is. Yes, it is. It's Brenton Street. Okay. We're in the corner of Brenton and Spring Garden Road right now. Must be a lot of drinkers here. There's another liquor store over there. Two of them in a small area. So, I can't imagine there's any drinkers in Nova Scotia, but there might be. Well, let's see. We'll walk on down. We're on Spring Garden now, but I don't know where I'll end up before this walk is done. But we'll just walk around and look at things. Oh, the construction site is the other way that I was going to show you. So we'll just walk down here at the corner and probably go back so we can go by that construction site and show you what's coming up there. Usually they put a picture on the boards around it showing you what's going to be built there. So it might be, they might have one up. If there is, I'll show you that, then you'll know what's going in there. We got a big construction job coming up in the north end. They haven't started it yet. It looks like where the old school was, the old Bloomfield School on Roby, Almond, whatever, all the streets here, Agricola. And it looks like I saw on either on the news or on my Halifax Today or something like that, that site has been approved for 5 buildings, five condos, a whole bunch of shopping areas, and it's going to hold 600 residents, something like that. And there's one building that's going to be 30 stories high there. It's going to be one of our tallest in the city. Halifax is not known for skyscrapers. We got, pretty good sized buildings, but nothing like up in Toronto. But we are going to be up to 30 floors when this big job goes up. It's going to be 5 buildings in the whole thing, and different heights. That's going to look like to me it's where the old Bloomfield School is, which is a very big area. So anyway, let's walk down and have a look. It's just before you get to the library down here. And see that construction job that's going up here. I love seeing construction jobs because I think I said before, when you see construction going on, that means the place is alive, it's not dead. It hasn't stayed the same as it was for the last 20 years. And everybody moved away because there's nothing to do there. It's exciting, and they're building new stuff all the time, and people want to live here because there's quite a bit to offer in Halifax. And no, it's not Toronto. If you come down from Toronto, you're expecting a city like that. No, you're not going to have that. But I always tell everybody, we got everything here. Toronto got just less of it, and we don't have a subway. But all the big chains are here. That's up there. And you got very good international restaurants. And if you like it in Toronto, you'll like it here. It's not as big, but we don't have as much traffic jams and rush hours as like they do up there. So it's actually much nicer here. Whoop. They gotta walk that way, I gotta wait. Alright, so that would be Starbucks right there. That's a nice little place. The Starbucks here on Spring Garden. So I'm back on Dresden Road. I was on that earlier, and then I went one block farther and came up to Spring Garden. That's one of our tallest buildings right down there, that one at the bottom. The university, I think it's a residence for the university as well. So the new one that we're getting will be about that height, maybe a little more, not much. So nice to see them. Nice to see the buildings going up. I don't mind lots of tall buildings. It's okay. I'm used to that. I lived in Toronto for a lot of years, so don't mind it. Here's a music store. Oh, they're playing music. I gotta keep going because if I pick up somebody's music, I'm gonna get a violation. Okay, so I think I'm out of range. I don't think it hurt anything. Mostly it was just some chords on the guitar and not much singing while I was there. So I think I'm safe. So here's the site where the new building is going up. Not real huge, but it's still a good sized building. There was something like 5 stores here before this got torn down and getting ready to be rebuilt. And I see a little bit of action in around here today, which means they're getting back at it, just waiting for the warm weather. But I think they're starting now because they got a roadway built to get down in there with trucks, which is right there. So yeah, it looks like they're going to be getting back at it. There was 2 of these backhoes in here today. I guess that's called an excavator or a high hoe, take your pick, what you want to call it, but same idea. And the other one was a backhoe, but it's not here now. So anyways, that's one construction site downtown that's going to be going before long. And now I am on the corner of Spring Garden Road and Queen Street. Oh, I might as well cross the street right here because I got a walk sign, so might as well go across. And then we'll wait for the light over here. Well, I'm glad I have my umbrella with me because I used it some this morning. It did rain. I would have got a little bit wet if I hadn't had it. I think most video people, they carry their umbrella with them if it looks at all like it's going to rain. And I usually check the weather out before I leave, see what it's going to do. If it's not going to do anything, then I usually don't take it with me because it's just one more thing to carry. But if there's a possibility it could rain, then I bring it with me. But I always check the weather first, see what it's going to do. I usually check it the night before too, see if tomorrow looks like a good day for a video. Today wasn't great because it rained this morning, but my plan was maybe it'll rain really hard and I can make a rain video because as long as you got everything under your umbrella, you can be out in the rain. You know, it's not that bad. So I was going to do that if it rained, but then it didn't really rain a lot. It wasn't nothing spectacular about the rain. I was hoping for like a downpour because I could have did a walking around in the rain video. But I guess another day. There'll be one of those yet before summer's over. Usually in July, usually get a torrential downpour at least once in July. Well, everywhere you go, there's music. I don't think that was too much to get me in trouble either. I think I heard you got 15 seconds or something like that. 15 seconds where you can hear the music to get away from it. Then you start getting into copyright infringements, and they don't want that. So I got a pretty good track record on my videos. I haven't had, there was once I got some kind of a notice from about it, that there was music on my video, but they put it on anyways, and with just one strike or whatever they called it. But that was quite a while ago. So I try really hard not to tape music, get music on here when I'm doing a video, because I really have to be mindful of the copyright laws and obey them. And I try. If I get around music, I try to talk loud or something, so I'll drown them out until I get out of range. And if you have to turn it off until you can get away from it. Well, I'm not going to spend all my time on these main streets. I'm going to find another place to walk here, but I ended up here anyway, so we'll make our way over this way. I have to go this way to get home, kind of pointing. Okay, if I take the ferry, I'm going to be going like that direction, kind of east and northeast to get home from here. I got two choices. I can take the bus and go over the McKay Bridge, or the McDonald Bridge, and I can take the ferry, which takes me right over to Portland, and then I can get on the bus there, or I can walk home. It's about a half-hour walk from the ferry, maybe 40 minutes. Not that long. It depends on the time, right? To try to get home to work on supper, if I can make it home in time. All right, let's see. Let's walk up here. I don't think I've ever walked up here to the next street, maybe. But we'll do it today. I think I hear a jackhammer somewhere in there. But that building is getting some construction done. Some demolishing and rebuilding, I guess. So I walked up Blower Street, and now I'm on Market Street, which only starts right here. If you're coming down this way, it ends here. You have to go down a street, okay? So anyways, I can't walk on that side of the street. It looks like that building is getting demolished. What it looks like. Could possibly be getting fixed up, but it don't look that way. It looks like they're tearing it down to make way for something new. Pretty much what it is, I'd say. It's really good for the downtown when you get high density, because the stores down here could use the business, especially right now while the pandemic's on, but after even, it's great for the downtown to put a lot of people out walking around on the street, and makes it interesting. Nobody likes walking around on the street with nobody on it, which I'm doing right now, because it's kind of cool and windy out. And it is a weekday, so a lot of people at work. Now let's take a look at this. Oh, I hit my button on one tracking here. There we go. Oops. I'm still tracking. And maybe I got it. There, I got it. I got it now. Alright, so there's the building that's going to be torn down. You know, I don't know if I ever walk down the street. I'll tell you probably why, because there's not a whole lot on it. There's a place right there, a restaurant called Harvest, and that's about the only thing on the street. There's not much of anything on the street. There's the back end of buildings and things like that, and that's about it that's here. So that's what's it for Harvest Street. So we're going to walk up this way and maybe walk down another street. Yeah, I never thought about that before. So Harvest Street is pretty much the back end of stores and businesses, except for that. Or Market Street, sorry. Market Street and Harvest Restaurant. Okay. I got sidetracked there. I called it Harvest Street. Market Street and Harvest Restaurant is about the only thing on it. Now right over there is Citadel Hill, which I'm not going to go on that today because it's windy out. And when you get way up high in a windy day, you can get more wind. So I'm just going to stay away from there and we'll walk across here, which is Brunswick. This is Brunswick Street. Brunswick Street will go all the way across the city. You can walk way up to the bridge, and I think beyond the bridge, but for sure to the bridge. So that would have been one of the buildings we were walking at the back end of it, the Cambridge Hotel and Suites. It's pretty amazing, eh? You go out for a walk and you don't really know where you're going to go. You're just going to see what happens. And the first thing you know, you've made a video just like that. So I've been about 30 minutes now out here. And I had no idea where I was going to go when I started walking. But that's the thing about a walk. You can do what you want while you're walking. You don't have to stick to a pattern, a plan that you made earlier. You can just go out and start walking and show the things that you see along the way. So, anyways, I'm just looking back at Citadel Hill from here. Once you get beyond Citadel Hill, you're heading into the north end, which I'm not going to cover today. That's a job for another day. But this video I'm making today is going to go up on Wednesday. So if anybody's following my videos, I try to have a new video on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Some of you probably caught on to that by now, that that's my pattern. I usually take the weekend off. There's usually an exception once in a while, but I usually take the weekend off. And I get at least 3 videos out a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you never know about the weather, so it's good to be ahead one, which I was this week. And we had such horrible weather for the last 3 or 4 days. It wasn't very good weather for making videos. So fortunately, I was far enough ahead that I was able to get a video out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this past week. And today is Monday. I had one for Monday. And now I got to get one today for Wednesday. And then I got the rest of the week. And I'm hoping that I will get one for for Wednesday and for Friday. All right. I see a lady in front of me here. She's passing out papers for something. And if she turns around, I'll see what she's got there. And she wants to give me a paper, I'll have a look at it. All right. So we're heading back down towards Spring Garden Road again. That's a nice little street right in there. Love that little street. So we'll walk back down to Spring Garden Road again. Hello. It's always nice to be friendly to people. I think she's a little shy of me because I was holding the camera. But I try not to intentionally take pictures of people if they're in it. They get in there and there's not much you can do about that, but I try not to. So let's see. What do you want to do now? Let's walk straight down. I cut through there last time and we went around the block. But we'll go straight down now. Those little buildings in there, right in there, they're like tiny houses that the city's allowed to be built for people with nowhere to stay. They got no apartment, they got no house, they got nowhere to go. And they build these tiny houses. A lot of cities are doing that, which is commendable. I gotta say that's a good idea. They're not anything that bothers anybody. They're just tiny and they're not really in the way. That property where they have them it's not being used because that's the old library right there, and that building's not even in use. So maybe they're going to tear it down. Maybe they're going to do something in there, but maybe they'll build it all into small apartments for people that don't have anywhere to go. That would make a lot more sense than building little buildings. Take that whole building and build it into small apartments. And you know, a single person don't need a whole lot of space, especially when you're living on the street. Like anything is good, right? You're happy to have anything that's out of the weather. And well, there's Grafton Street, but I'm not going to take Grafton today. I'm going to walk right on down the hill, and we'll get back on Barrington, and then we'll see what other explorations await us. I think I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I won't be making a video because tomorrow's my working day, so I'll be unavailable for videos tomorrow. That's why I really wanted to get out today, and this one will be good for Wednesday. And then I've got things to do on Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm going to try to squeeze one in possibly on Wednesday. And then Thursday I have something to do, but not a whole lot. So if I try hard, I can get my videos made for this week. This building here has been here quite a while, but the bottom of it got run down. It had a little plaza in there, and there wasn't any sign really telling people what's in there, so not many people went in. Then over the years it got run down and looked really bad. So this year we're giving it a whole new look again. They're building the entranceway to this end of it, and they're building one over on the other end of it. And I'm hoping when this is all done, it's going to be amazing. And hopefully they got a nice food court inside there and a couple of coffee places and stuff like that, so people will want to go in there and hang out. because it wasn't very good before. We were in there and it was like nobody there. All these stores were out of business, were shut down, and they were trying to run things. The only thing that was left was a bar on that end. They had an outside patio and you could go inside there, but that was about the only thing left in that building before they started this massive facelift. So I'm hoping that when this is all done, that this is going to look pretty good. When you see where all this stuff is built on here, that was just a little entranceway into the building before. There wasn't hardly anything out here. So this is all brand new. And looks like they're going to build the same thing on the other end, but maybe a little bit bigger. So there's the boss, which I don't need to watch, but there it is. You want to see the wall in this bus shelter? That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. What you see there is the whole wall in here. There. We'll go inside and turn around. There. Now, if you want to see how bad the floor is in this bus shelter, most things in Halifax are kept pretty good, without a lot of litter, but that's what you got in here. You got a beer can, shopping bag, paper bag, cigarette butts. It's pretty much of a mess in here. And I don't know why that would be, but because mostly the streets are well looked after. But anyway, that's an old bus shelter and it needs a little bit of attention. Hopefully it'll get that. Let's see what this is right here. This monument has been erected by the archaeological, the archdiocese, sorry, my bad spelling here, by the Archdiocese of Halifax, the Sisters of Charity in the province of Nova Scotia, to commemorate the first Catholic church in Halifax in 1783. Wow. I'm getting a lot of wind right here. I better try to shield my microphone a little bit. You won't be able to tolerate that. So anyway, that was probably the oldest Catholic church in Halifax. Wow. Which is, get my date straight again, 1785. The first Catholic church in Halifax, 1785. Wow. That's probably this end of it, because I doubt if it was that big back then. It's probably that piece right there, if I was to guess, but don't know. Because in 1785, I'm pretty sure Halifax was much smaller than it is what you see here now. None of these tall buildings would have been here. There might have been a few of these older style buildings, but it was a much smaller place. Well, continuing on across Barrington for a little ways. I know I've been over Barrington a couple of times before, but it's all right. You always see something different, so don't worry if it was a different time of year. It might have been raining, it might have been snowing. Maybe the sun was shining and it was 100 degrees in the shade. Who knows? I doubt it. In Halifax, I doubt it. We get nice summers here, but a lot of days got some wind or a breeze and they're not terribly hot. But we do get some hot days. I've been here first year I was here, first summer I was here, it was really hot. It was so hot. There's a nice mural on the side of that wall. I don't think I've showed that one. Possibly I have, but we'll just walk by, and I love murals. I love pictures on the side of buildings. They look so cool. They really look good, yeah. I love them. All right. So we'll go over here. I seen another mural up here that looks pretty cool too. I think I might have had that in another video, but just in case you haven't seen that video, you might be a new subscriber to my channel and you haven't seen some of my older videos. So if that's the case, then it's all right to show you this stuff again, and you haven't seen the other ones. And I'm just going to throw this in right now, since I'm talking about subscribers. I have reached this week 300 and somewhere between 6 and 9. I'm not sure the exact number. 300 and something subscribers. Isn't that beautiful right there? And I just want to say thank you to all the people who subscribe to my channel and like what I'm doing here, these walk around tours. And a lot of people have told me they're planning on moving to Halifax, and this has given them a good insight into what the city looks like. So thank you everybody who subscribed to my channel, and if you know anybody that you can show these to, maybe you can get them to sign up as well. So here we are on Argyle Street. I've been on this quite a few times, but this is a street, mostly pubs, and you get a lot of university crowd here at night in the summertime. Not so much now because it's, but you see they did prepare for the cold weather. They got these, there's heaters, see the heaters that radiate heat down, and they close this all in with these plastic sides so the wind can't blow on you. And there is some awnings that come out over there a bit if it's raining and things. So it's pretty good. A lot of cities are doing that. I know Montreal's doing that, and Vancouver's doing that, and New York's doing that, and Toronto's doing that. So all the bigger cities are all building those outdoors cafes that are shielded from the elements, so people can still come in and go there just the same. Yeah. So this is Argyle Street. Not a long street, but it's got a lot of stuff on it. Taverns, bars, pubs, whatever you call them. Different forms of entertainment and things like that. Well, I love this walking street with all these tiles and things, and even the center. Like, I don't think cars. Oh no, I don't know if cars. I don't think they can go through here. They can, I guess, but they got a sign there. I'll show you that in a second. Once they get past these pedestrians. So if they don't want any cars coming through, there's the sign, and they swing that around and lock it, and it swings out in the middle of this road. But right now, cars can go through here, because I see cars up there, so they can come through here. But if that sign is swung around, then that's like if there's a festival or something special going on, they would close that. Yeah, have you heard of the Neptune Theater? If you have, it's right here. Okay? They got a nice digital sign up there, and there's the other sign. Neptune Theater. They do live theater here. I've never been to a play or show in there, but one day maybe I will, because I like that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes if you just take your time and walk around, you see so much more. If you walk fast and you're thinking about the cold weather and stuff, you just don't. I like this little sign that's up here too. It's really nice. Let's see what it's saying. A natural comeback. A little nature goes a long way to improve streetscape. And it carefully did here in the 1830s when graceful willows lined Argyle. So anyways, they all got chopped down, and you've got brick buildings here now, and the willows aren't here. But something's here to try to take the place of the willows, I guess. But anyway, it does look nice. There's a street map there. That's what these are. Look, you go on the other side. You'll see the names of the streets. I was on the wrong side of it. There. Look at this. There's Barrington, Argyle, Grafton, Market Street up there. Isn't that neat? See all those streets in there? Yeah, this street is named for the influential 18th century 3rd Duke of Argyll, Archibald Campbell. Never knew that now. How many people knows how come Argyll Street is called that? It was named for the influential 18th century 3rd Duke of Argyll. Well, that's a mouthful. I bet I can't remember that 10 minutes from now. Forget about the influential. I don't think that's a necessary point to make. 18th century 3rd Duke of Argyll. Well, 18th century 3rd Duke of Argyll. I'll try to remember that so I can impress people with how Argyll got its name. The 18th century 3rd Duke of Argyll. Amazing. Amazing what you find when you're just walking slow. I'm walking slow here because I just want to take it all in. Make sure I don't miss anything here. There's Dirty Nellie's Irish pub. Well, I'm Irish, but I gotta say, I don't think I've ever been in an Irish pub. My forefathers, I'm not sure the exact generation, came from Ireland. And my grandfather believed in leprechauns. He says he's seen them before. But I think he was into the Irish whiskey when he saw those leprechauns. But anyways, that's my heritage, is Irish. This place is called a shoe factory, but it was a shoe factory, but now it's a cafe and bar. The basement. Basement of the shoe factory. And here's a place that's all closed in out here on the sidewalk. It's pretty good. They did a good job on this one. I think that the reason they built these, aside from the fact that people like to sit outside at night, and it's too cold, so they build something that they can sit in there and be fairly warm. With the COVID-19, people have to stay 2 meters apart, and that cuts your space down inside, so I guess they make it up by making it outside as well, and that gives them a little extra space. They got heaters here too. There's some up on the ceiling there, and some lights hanging down. So yeah, they're pretty cool. I hope you're enjoying this little walk around. Let me move my battery. It may run out soon. Okay, that means I've got about, let's see, I got another 10 minutes before it runs out. You know, I got a spare battery in my backpack, but I can't do anything with it while I'm walking. So I'm going to go get a little bit bigger one and put it in my backpack and wire it in so I can, I think I know a way to do it. I can run the wire right up through my jacket, out my sleeve, and I can plug it into my phone to keep it going when things get running down. So let's go back down to Barrington then. And I got about 10 minutes to sign off. Okay? And so I did pretty good. I've got almost an hour in here on this battery. And I got a spare one, but I was listening to music a couple of times today in my headphones, and my phone. I was watching YouTube videos, and I ran the battery down on my phone part way twice and charged it back up with my little battery, and there's still some power left in it. So when I stop, I'm going to plug that back in again, probably go up to Scotia Square and hang out there until time to probably catch the ferry across. So that's my plan. I'm going to walk up to Scotia Square and recharge my phone a little bit on my battery. They used to have plug-ins in there where you could recharge your phones and stuff. There was a whole row of them at a counter, and they've taken them out or something because they're not there anymore. And that was really a great thing, because if you're walking around and you use your power up on your phone, you could go in there and get a coffee and plug your phone in, charge it all back up. But that's not there anymore, so So I'm going to get a little bit larger battery for my phone. I'm going to go maybe this weekend. I know Best Buy's got them up there. They're not really expensive. And if I had a battery that would just charge my phone twice, because the one I've got will charge it about once if it's completely dead. It'll charge it about once, and then it's pretty much dead. So, what do you want for a background here? I'm going to try to find something for a background to sign off here soon. I am now at one hour in this video. So we got to find a good background here so we can sign off properly. I think a good background, we'll walk up in here and we'll go to the other corner, but somewhere along here we'll take a shot down the street and try to get a good background that way. All right. So we're going to go right over here. I think this will give us a good background of the city and give me a place to set my umbrella down so I got some free hands. There, set my umbrella down there. And I'm going to point this is pointing down towards where I'm going to be going later to catch the ferry. But I'm not going down there right now. So this is just to sign off. And right there, that's about as good a background as I can get, except that ugly box there is kind of getting in the way. So let's try it just a little bit different. And I won't forget my umbrella that's laying over there. All right, here we go. Right here. How's that? All right, so here we go. 1 hour and 2 minutes into this video. If you like this video, enjoyed this little walk around Halifax on a cool Monday afternoon, push that like button and it'll be much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, it don't cost you anything to push that subscribe button. It takes about 1/10 of a second to push that. Don't take much energy. So go ahead and push that. It won't bite you. And until next time, you have a wonderful day and we'll talk later. Bye.